Today, Jaddy and OB are taking part in a chump car race.
The road racing as chump cars really your talent of a pilot that basically becomes in line versus a deep pocket. What is there to gain? Absolutely nothing.
We're here in Austin, Texas, where OB is getting ready to compete in a chump car race at the prestigious Circuit of the Americas. Basically, chump car is an automotive endurance race that takes place on tracks across North America. Drivers from each team take turns in order to rack up the greatest number of laps over a time period ranging from 7 to 24 hours.
So Chump Car was founded with the idea that we need a more affordable form of racing. So we created something that brought the cost down low enough, and then they get to go out there with their family and friends and compete all weekend long in these bucket list tracks and have the thrill of competition and victory and the agony of failure, just like all the big time guys, but without spending hundreds, thousands, or millions of dollars.
Even though Chump Car uses cars that are much less prestigious than Lambos and GTRs, OB likes having highly skilled engineers around him.
We've been doing chump car racing for many years here. As we're growing as a team ourselves, the series is growing, so it's becoming more and more competitive. And as it becomes competitive, it's harder to balance that performance and reliability. So a reliable car is important, but you gotta have a car that's quick and competitive.
To ensure that the teams are on par, every car has to comply with a point system, so that they all have an equivalent monetary value.
You try to find and buy a car that's worth less than $500 almost in real value, and you have to build in the right driving equipment, safety equipment. The cages inside the cars are built for crash, and some of the performance items to make it last 7 hours to 24 hours at a time.
It's a huge challenge. In Chump Car, over 25% of the cars are knocked out before the end of the race.
The one thing that I really enjoy about Chump Race is that it allows us to race on some of the most wonderful tracks in North America. You know, we're here in Coda, in Texas, on an F1 track. Seriously, it's amazing.
Okay, so we have 3 cars for the practice. Hi, how do you want to do that? We have 15 minutes each.
At least 20 minutes each.
20 minutes maximum. We've been here before. I feel like if I do like 5-6 laps, I have plenty. I want to make sure that the new drivers that never been here actually get to drive a bit.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, let's do it, guys.
OB is going to let his good friend Jaddy drive one of his 3 cars.
This first time as actual teammates, not rivals.
Jaddy is
I'm gonna make a mess.
He's a big man, but he's also very good behind the wheel. He's quick. He's a good driver.
Thank you. Wicked.
Chop, chop. Marie, c'est notre expérimentée ici. Alors, elle va être la première chauffeur. L'année passée, on a eu une expérience incroyable. Et puis, on a l'avantage cette année de pouvoir avoir 2 heures de pratique avant la course. Alors, le but, c'est de s'assurer que tout fonctionne bien, que les chauffeurs se sentent confortables dans la voiture. Tout est beau? Est-ce que je vérifie tes miroirs? Have fun!
The next day's race will last 8 hours. The rules of Chump Car require each team to switch drivers every 2 hours. Since OB will be putting 3 cars on the track, his team is made up of a total of 12 drivers.
Et aujourd'hui, ben, au moins, on a l'avantage de pouvoir tester notre voiture. Puis s'il y a des petites choses à faire, ben, on va avoir cette nuit pour les réparer. On a tout d'extra. Des clutches, des moteurs, tout. Go big or go home.
Comp check for me, comp check. Smells lots of gas. Copy that, come back into the pit. go to the next to the trailer. We're gonna fuel up the car. It looks like maybe they forgot to fuel the car. Ah, really? That's beautiful.
Ben, ça sent l'essence au bout, puis dès que je passe 4500 piastres, ta. Il prend pas de gaz, c'est comme ta, ça remarque pas.
Ben, moi, quand j'arrivais avec, là, il allait super bien. Là.
Tu m'as encore cassé la voiture, Esti.
Just turn the car on, don't start it. Just turn it on so the pump comes on.
Parlez pas, parce que je le mets on.
OK. O-ring d'injecteur. Ah, c'est pour ça que ça prenait pas de gaz? Bam! Ben, c'est mieux là que demain. Well, we're having issues. One car is good, the other one is smoking. Low oil pressure. They're trying to figure out what it is. Maybe it's only missing a bit of oil. That's what they're checking. And this one, well, hopefully it's not much. I'm actually really appreciating that day that we're having to practice and getting those little bugs out. We're having new engines in 2 cars. Totally different setup. We're doing the VTEC. So the cars are different, the transmission are different, everything is different. So are we having fun? Oh, yeah.
Entering the pits now.
Jaddy seems to be having a great first-time Chump car experience.
Easy, huh?
Nah, fast, little thing, man. Like, holy, I didn't expect it to be like that. I've never driven this track with a vehicle. I played on video games. That was pretty much how I got my practice. Can't wait till tomorrow.
While the track trials are over, there's still a lot of work to be done in the paddocks.
A couple of things we got to do to the cars tonight before they're race ready tomorrow. Got to make sure all the tires are fresh. Got to make sure all the brakes are fresh, all the fluids. A couple of little things we want to tweak. A little oil leak here, a little fuel leak here. Want to make sure that all the cars are ready to go and hit it hard tomorrow morning because we're here to race and we're here to win.
We run through the city, anything to feel alive. It's running through our blood. This helpless search for love.
Okay, so here's the order for the cars and the drivers tomorrow. We actually were able to...
OB takes advantage of the moment to decide who will be on each team.
Okay. Enjoy. Bon appétit. Cheers, guys. Let's have fun. Cheers.
The Chump car competition takes place today. Over 60 cars are getting ready to take to the Coda track for an 8-hour marathon. For its 3 cars, OB Stable has picked Steve, Fogel, and Travis as starting drivers.
It's great to have Travis as a first pilot in the first stint because he's able to show us what the car can really do, how far we can push it, what kind of traction. So he's giving us lots of feedback for the next guys to come.
While the 60 cars taking part in the competition are divided into groups based on their engine power, the main goal is to be in first place, whatever the category. Travis wastes no time. On the first lap, he passes a bunch of cars.
I mean, Travis is super good. I think he started like 15 already the first lap. He's like 8. You know, Travis is the most experienced pilot here.
We're looking at this app. It's called Race Monitor. And this app lets us follow our cars out there and see their placing and their lap times.
That's it. Travis got first place. And now he's just polling.
Then in class, it would probably be like... So first overall for Travis, Steve is 8, and Fogel, give or take, just behind him. So off to a good start.
You can't use Steve, you can't use...
So today I'm here as one of the crew chiefs alongside with Trevor.
I would put Jaddy on windshield and Jose on tire pressure.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
We're here to make sure that the day runs smoothly. So pit strategies, as well as everything else that's going to be happening in here in the pits, on track.
And it smells like gas in the car. Copy that. Does it smell like exhaust fume or does it smell like raw fuel? Raw fuel. Copy that.
Like yesterday, the car Steve is driving smells strongly of gas. And as if that weren't enough, Travis's car is starting to have oil pressure problems.
I'm shifting around 7,500. Some spots will shift at 8,000, but I'm right now short shifting a little bit.
Okay, 10-4. No, he's just having oil pressure issues, right? So if he pits early, because we're not going to blow up the motor trying to make 2 hours, so you need to be ready, because it could be 5-10 minutes. Yeah.
Logically, I should be getting in the car in 35 minutes. However, we're not sure of the fuel with the engine, how long he's going to be able to stay out there, so we have to make sure that the next pilots are ready to go. We're suiting up just for when he comes in, put on our helmet and jump in the car.
Meanwhile, despite the worrisome gas fumes, Steve manages to take second place.
That's it. That's it.
But things are not looking up for Travis. If the team wants to maintain first place, they'll have to act fast.
How are you making out, Travis? Right now with this, it makes sense to run second. Travis, you're going to pit this lap. Pit this lap. 3, 3, 4. Pit this lap.
Mais ça?
Hey, on est 1-2 là. Pas de pression.
Our first pit stop has to be done in a 5-minute window, and there's a lot to do on the car. We need a guy putting fuel in the car. You need a guy on the other side of the wall passing him the fuel jugs. Then you need a guy on the fire extinguisher being there for precautionary reasons. We just got a lot of flammable material that we're working with.
Good.
Check the tire pressures, torque the wheels, clean the windshield, check under the hood, change the cool soup ice.
Andrea, we got another car coming.
Hold the brakes, hold the brakes.
Just put a cap. Where's that cap?
I'll get it, I'll get it. Once the car's fueled and the gas cap is tight, you just see like a bunch of people jumping across the wall and attacking the car as fast as they can.
Pit lap. Coming into pit lane right now.
Okay, we got a third car coming in. We got a third car coming in.
Fired up. Go, go, go. 20 mile an hour.
That 5-minute includes driving into our pit stall and then driving all the way to pit out. The pit area is so long that that's already roughly a minute that we've lost. We're gonna try to keep this momentum going, maybe for the second pit strategy as well, because all 3 cars are currently running in the top 10.
The oil pressure seems back to normal, and the gas smell is gone, at least for now. A 5-minute pit stop is as good as it gets.
I have a bit less power when I turn, like your heart left.
When you lose power like that, is it because the oil pressure is too low at that point?
ML, keep us posted with what's going on. Just let us know if the condition gets worse or if you're able to manage it.
Okay.
Currently, ML's having issues with oil pressure. She has lights that are showing on in the car, so we have to figure out if we're going to bring her in and top her up with oil. Somehow the motor is burning a little bit of oil.
Yeah, 10-4, we see that. Get back to me in 1 lap.
The problem occurs while OB's 2 other cars have also dropped in the rankings.
Let's do it.
Okay, ML, we've taken a decision to have you come in the pit.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
I entered the stall.
Okay, we see that. Yeah, we see the smoke.
Steve, could you clean the windshield? Another rag? Let's go.
Okay,
Start it up. Okay, it's
something inside.
It's done. Put it back. So, we're gonna have to change the strategy up here.
We just might have to pick up the pace a bit. Car 221, you're doing great. Your pace is good. Keep it up.
The lead car just got knocked out. The two other race cars will have to work twice as hard to compensate for the team's heavy loss. Now that the car that was in first place is out of commission, OB's two other race cars will have to pick up the slack. The driver is OB himself.
Go, go, go! Yes, yes! Il crie dans le micro, là. Je pense qu'il y a bien du fun en ce moment. Là. Je pense que là, il est rendu 5e. Donc, le top 5, c'est bon là, avec notre deuxième voiture.
Q1 coming in pit now.
In the pits! Hey! Marshall!
Push forward, push forward, 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 forward. Good, 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 good. Whoa. OB, you will hit this lap. OB, hit this lap. Look at that, I'm in the back stretch.
Oh! Be careful, because Obi's gonna come in. Here.
My gosh, c'était malade, ça. Incroyable. La bête est sortie. J'ai vraiment réussi à garder ma position. C'est pas compliqué, il n'y a personne qui m'a dépassé.
Ça se passe super bien. Pierre est 5e maintenant avec la voiture 2-2-1. Et José est 3e avec la voiture 9-9-8.
But after a few minutes, car 998 is showing more wear and tear.
Red lights flashed again at Carousel. I had a very minor hesitation.
Hit him in. We'll take a look. If you want to be suited up, just in case.
Mina, come in.
I'm entering the pit lane.
Meanwhile, 221, Pierre's car, starts to run out of gas.
Hey, I'm running out of gas.
Pierre, peux-tu étirer encore 5 minutes?
Minute? Oh my God.
Between 998's overheating engine and the 221's excessive fuel consumption, the team is overwhelmed.
Time!
From the takeoff, they notice that 998 is still leaking a lot of oil.
Dis-lui de rentrer. Ça va nous coûter 500 pièces par coin si on coule de l'huile.
Peg, you have to come in the pits. Come in the pits.
Why? Why do I have to come in the pit?
You have an oil leak, and it's gonna be very expensive.
10 for him.
Like many other cars in the race, OB's 998 will also have to bow out.
C'est la merde, les amis, c'est la merde.
Unfortunately for Jaddy, that was the car he was supposed to drive today.
The great news is that our third car is actually in third position overall. So we might get a podium. Who knows? It's a great day. Chop, chop.
Tu rentres au puits maintenant, Pierre? Tu rentres au puits maintenant?
Wait.
Pierre est là!
OB's team suspects that there's a slight blockage in the 221's exhaust pipe. They decide to take it off to free up maximum power to the car.
Still in business. Toujours en troisième place. C'est cool. Je suis content. Je pensais qu'on était plus dans la game pantoute.
Yes, they're still in third place, with their rival right behind. And although they just filled up, the car is already running out of fuel.
It gets very bad in the carousel, the cutout, so you have to get fuel ready, or even get something ready.
Ready! On a besoin de gaz, genre là.
Hey, l'essence a évaporé. Il n'y a plus assez d'essence.
They need to find a solution in a hurry.
Okay, Chump, come in to pit this lap. Pit this lap.
The team decides to go for the quick and dirty. Once they fill up, they'll simply remove the remaining section of the exhaust pipe.
Vite. Okay, come on. All right.
Woo! Good job, guys!
More bad news.
Pendant notre arrêt, ceux qui étaient 4e sont devenus 3e.
Comment ça?
Ils ont réussi à nous attraper pendant qu'on est arrêtés.
On est 4e et on est 20 secondes en arrière du 3e. Il y a peut-être des chances que ça se fasse.
Back on third position.
Checkered flag. Third, fourth effort. We dug. Third place. We got third place overall. First place of our category with the old, reliable engine, not modified. This car it's great because you know what? We got third place last year with it. We get third place again this year. It's a great day. We had fun. Cheers, man.
For all of you guys. To the best racing team ever.
C'est quand même une bonne journée.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We had like a second effort all the way today.
Their third place finish seems like a gold medal to Ubi's team, who fully deserve to celebrate their amazing day. In the next episode, Obi, Jaddy, and Giddy give each other the ultimate challenge.
So you know that I'm gonna kick her butt, right?
3 once.